Hey guys, in today's video we're going to discuss the top 10 signs of your low water intake that can potentially lead you to dehydration. But here's a disclaimer, a lot of these symptoms are associated with other underlying health issues as well, so if you have 2, 3 or more symptoms on the list, consult your doctor for proper assistance. Number 10. Your concentration or focus is poor. Low fluidity can create a negative impact on brain power, because almost 75% of the brain is made up of water molecules. Water enables the brain cells to communicate with each other and clears the toxins and waste to ensure the smooth nervous coordination. Also, the electrolytes of the water help to strengthen the electrical nerve impulses. Various studies have proved that water concentration in the blood determines short-term memory, mood, and concentration. A study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health found out that not drinking water for 36 hours can cause negative effects on energy, mood, attention, and memory. It can increase the error rates. However, resuming the water intake can alleviate these problems. A similar study states that low water intake can reduce the cognitive power of both women and men. Another research proved that unbalanced water intake can cause a person to undergo altered mental conditions and also make the person confused and angry quite frequently. Number 9. Your blood pressure decreases. Blood pressure is significantly associated with water levels. If the water level falls below the required threshold, then the blood volume decreases and blood becomes thicker. That is why it moves slowly through the veins because of increased density. Moreover, when the blood volume decreases, the body's compensating mechanism increases the pulse and respiratory rates and decreases the blood pressure. Low blood pressure can be fatal. In the case of dehydration, it only occurs when the body is facing prolonged chronic dehydration. It can also lead to shocks, strokes, and even death in some extreme cases. However, death from dehydration is not very common because a person can survive for 3 days without water. Number 8. You may experience muscle cramps. Muscle cramps in the legs, feet, or abdomen are also a potential hint toward dehydration. It is because of the abnormal electrolyte balance or reduced blood pressure. They occur when a muscle becomes relatively weaker due to poor nourishment. The cramps mostly appear during extremes of the activity, like an intense activity or no activity. You may wake up at night suddenly experiencing a painful cramp in your feet or legs, or you might encounter it in the middle of your workout. It depends on when the body muscles are dehydrated enough to react like this. Number 7. You may experience fevers and chills. It is a very dangerous symptom of chronic dehydration. When the fluids are not regulated enough and electrolyte fluctuations increase, then the body temperature is hard to maintain. It increases or decreases abnormally, causing hypothermia or hypothermia. In such a case, when you experience sudden fever or chill, you should stop doing any excessive physical activity. Quickly hydrate yourself and if possible drink electrolyte positive water to bring your temperature to a normal scale. Consulting your doctor is a plus. Number 6. You will experience frequent headaches. Headaches are correlated with dehydration, but there is no exact reason known yet which can explain why dehydration causes headaches. However, some studies hint toward blood deficiency in the brain that we've already discussed. Moreover, some scientists believe that electrolyte imbalancements don't let the brain function fairly, and it results in headaches, but still, there is no authentic clue behind it. Some studies show that drinking more water can reduce the intensity of migraines. In an experiment, a group of individuals experiencing migraine were studied, and it was found that people drinking more water had a less severe and less frequent migraine with a relatively shorter duration as compared to those who don't drink water frequently. However, experts say that not all dehydrated individuals experience headaches, because it varies from person to person, and not everyone is susceptible to dehydration headaches. Number 5. You will have a dry skin. Dry skin is a very common cause of dehydration, but it can also signal some other health conditions. So if you're drinking water frequently but still have dry skin, then see your doctor. However, let's get back to dehydration. In case of dry skin due to dehydration, the low water intake does not liquefy the blood that much so that it can pass the tiny blood capillaries to reach the visceral skin cells. Thus, they start dying and the surface becomes dry, cracked, or less elastic. Moreover, the essential vitamins and minerals of water are very important for the skin cells to stay healthy and nourished. The low water intake also depletes these nutrients for the skin, and malnutritioned skin cells look dry and crack. To identify the water level in the skin, experts suggest a skin turgor test. In this test, you may hold the skin from the lower arm or abdomen and then leave it after a few seconds. The skin with a good fluid percentage returns to its original shape quickly. However, the one with poor fluids stays there for some time. Number 4, you may experience palpitations. Have you ever felt like your heart is fluttering or pounding in an irregular way? If yes, then it's called heart palpitations. It seems like an abnormal heartbeat that comes suddenly without any cause and fades away after a minute or two. It may be a cause of an underlying heart problem, and you should always consult your doctor for a proper checkup. But if you're done with all the medical procedures and your doctor says that you don't have a heart problem, but you still feel palpitations often, then improve your water intake. Our cardiac beats are all about electricity, and this electrical system runs on the electrolytes and other minerals and nutrients present in water. If the water concentration falls low, the patient may suffer from heart palpitations or irregular heartbeat. Moreover, dehydration can affect cardiac performance in exercises and can also deteriorate vascular health. Number 3, you will be fatigued. Dehydration casts a negative impression on all aspects of life, including sleep patterns. That is why you may feel fatigued more than normal if you're dehydrated. An observational study published in 2019 examined the sleep durations and water intake levels of 26,000 Americans in order to find a relation between both. The results proved that the people experiencing sleep problems or insomnias, etc., had considerably lower water intake as compared to those who sleep peacefully for 6 to 8 hours. Thus, these disturbed sleep patterns lead to unusual fatigue. Likewise, dehydration can make you feel tired during workouts. A study found out that athletes having enough electrolyte-positive water were more efficient on the field as compared to those who were not properly hydrated. Number 2, you may feel blackouts. Do you feel a sudden blackout or lightheadedness when you stand up immediately? That's a symptom of dehydration. In medical terms, this blackout is called orthostatic hypotension. When we stand up, gravity acts on our blood and pulls it downward. Thus, the blood supply to the brain decreases suddenly, which causes a sudden unconsciousness. However, some reflexes of the body act quickly to adjust it back. Like the heart starts beating faster, and arteries in visceral regions of the body constrict and limit the blood circulation to provide maximum blood to the brain. According to a recent study published in 2021, about 28% of the overall adult population is affected by orthostatic hypotension. And the biggest cause of this issue is dehydration. When the blood has low water and high density, its volume decreases, and when you stand, the already low volume of blood becomes further deficit for the brain to process smoothly, and you experience a blackout. In addition, the greater density of blood does not let it move quickly, and the blood pools in the legs and takes time to normalize its quantity in the brain. So chronic dehydration may result in fainting as well, especially in older people because their blood pressure is already low because of age. Number 1, you will have a dark colored urine. Well, this is the most common symptom and signals a clear warning of dehydration. When water concentration in the body is low, the body conserves more water, and the waste materials from the kidneys are expelled out of the body with less water. Thus, the color is darker and urine is concentrated as well. However, ideal urine is not transparent. It may signal an overintake of water. The normal urine indicating a healthy internal system is usually of light yellow or pale yellow color. But urine color also changes in some liver and abdomen diseases, so consulting your doctor would be a safe side to follow. So, are you going to start drinking enough water from today? If you've got any suggestions for us, then we will love to hear that as well. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends as well. Also, subscribe to the channel for more educational content like this. Stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one.